In aviation, the most terrifying disappearances are the ones that look perfectly normal until the second they don't. The year is 1949, a bright morning in Bermuda. Clear sky, calm winds, no warning, no turbulence, no reason for fear, and yet an entire aircraft is about to vanish from the sky without leaving a single piece behind. This is the story of BSAA Flight Star Ariel, one of the most unnerving disappearances in aviation history, and one that pushes the Bermuda Triangle deeper into legend. The aircraft departs Bermuda at 8:41 a.m., a sleek Avro Tudor IV, carrying 7 crew members and 13 passengers. No storm ahead, no mechanical issues reported, fuel tanks full, every instrument normal. The captain sends a final routine message. We are changing frequency now. A simple sentence, nothing unusual, no panic, no mechanical distress. But after that transmission, silence. Total, absolute silence. No SOS, no mayday, not even static. The aircraft simply disappears. Within minutes, the control tower realizes something is wrong. A long-range search begins. Aircraft, ships, patrol craft, sweeping over hundreds of thousands of square kilometers. And yet, there is nothing. No floating debris, no oil slick, no seat cushion, no paper, nothing. It's as if the aircraft never took off. Investigators are stunned. Even when planes crash into the ocean, something always resurfaces days later. But here, not a single trace exists. This is where the story begins to turn strange. During the investigation, experts uncover something unusual. Shortly before disappearing, the captain had been switching radio channels far more often than typical flights. Why? To avoid interference? To escape something? Or because he heard something the public never knew? No one can confirm. But there's a deeper mystery. The weather data recorded that morning, which was initially labeled perfect, contains a subtle anomaly, a sudden temporary distortion in atmospheric radio conditions directly along the aircraft's route. Not lightning, not a storm, just a silent distortion, the kind that can erase radio signals instantly. Pilots later described these distortions as dead zones, places where your instruments worked perfectly 1 minute and failed the next. The region where Star Ariel disappeared sits directly inside one of these zones. But even then, losing radios cannot make a plane vanish physically. So investigators search deeper. Maintenance logs reveal another strange pattern. The Avro Tudor family, the same model as Star Ariel, had been suffering from unexplained electrical failures in previous flights. Not engine trouble, not fuel issues, electrical anomalies. Lights blinking without cause, compasses drifting, radios cutting out. An internal memo from BSAA's chief pilot warned, "The Tudor behaves unpredictably over long distances. We still don't fully understand why." But after Star Ariel vanished, those records quietly disappeared from public archives.
Why hide them? Was it to protect the airline's reputation? Or did the anomalies reveal something far more disturbing? Survivors of similar flights reported a strange atmospheric effect along that exact corridor. A sudden bright haze, a change in air pressure, a feeling as if the aircraft was pulled sideways for a moment. One co-pilot described it years later. The sky felt wrong. The instruments went mad. Everything looked normal, but it wasn't. These testimonies raise a chilling possibility. What if Star Ariel flew into one of these atmospheric anomalies and was taken off course so radically that search teams were looking in the wrong place entirely? But even then, how does a large aircraft simply erase itself from the planet? Then comes the darkest theory. A classified British intelligence memo from 1950, declassified decades later, mentions radio silence zones in the region, areas where aircraft signals vanish as if absorbed. The memo states, "Causes unknown, further analysis recommended." But that recommendation was never followed. Instead, the case was closed. Cause? Unknown. A conclusion that explains nothing and hides everything. Some aviation historians believe Star Ariel suffered a catastrophic structural failure, but that doesn't explain the lack of debris. Others claim it may have been a mid-air explosion, but even explosions leave metal fragments. And then there's the theory nobody wants to talk about, that Star Ariel became part of the Bermuda Triangle's long, silent pattern. Aircraft that lose navigation, lose radio, and are drawn into something the scientific community still refuses to acknowledge. Not supernatural, not paranormal, but a phenomenon of nature that we still do not understand. Something powerful enough to erase a 40,000-pound aircraft from the surface of Earth. Something we still cannot detect today. In the final report, investigators admitted no trace of the aircraft or its passengers was ever found. No cause can be determined. Behind those words is a truth that is even more frightening. Not everything in the sky is under our control. Not every disappearance has an answer. And sometimes, the safest flights become the ones that vanish the fastest. The story of Star Ariel remains unsolved. A reminder that the sky holds secrets, and that some of those secrets are never meant to be understood. If you want Episode 5, the disappearance that shattered the belief that modern aircraft cannot vanish, let me know, because the next case is even stranger.